Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Enter the Gungeon. Today we're going to be playing as the Hunter. I want to show off each of the classes before we get into anything else. So today, the Hunter, the thing that the Hunter does. First of all, of course, we have our rusty sidearm. This is very similar to the Marine pistol. I believe it has fewer shots, and unfortunately, it's a little bit less accurate. I don't think the gun itself is less accurate, but we don't have the passive accuracy boost that the Marine has, so effectively it's less accurate. Despite its extremely dated design and some signs of rust, the gun appears relatively new. Very strange. Listen, time doesn't work the way you would expect down here. We also get to start with an extra gun, sort of a gun. One of the earliest examples of trigger-fired projectiles. A crossbow is like a gun. Listen, a crossbow is more like a gun than the letter R is, anyway. It's a slow-firing, single-shot, but fairly powerful weapon. It'll one-shot a lot of the enemies that we're going to encounter on the first floor or two, so I think it's pretty good, actually. And finally, we have our faithful companion. Right here, this guy. The dog, sometimes, when you clear a room, the dog will just dig up an item from the floor, like a key or some health or something. He keeps the hunter company. He has a good nose for treasure, but all attempts to train him in combat have failed. Listen, I'm okay with the idea of my dog not murdering anybody. We should pop back into the shop, because we actually still have some money left over, and yep, there is more stuff to buy. So hot lead is a passive bullet buff, the heart locket, and the heart lunchbox are both items that just give you a heart container when you buy them. The box, I don't know what the box does. I'm assuming it's, Metal Gear Solid style. It probably gives you stealth. There's a bunch of items that I had unlocked on my previous save, and I just, didn't use often enough to know what they really do. And then these two are guns, I'm assuming, from the larger boxes. The mailbox, which is a pretty good gun. And the flash ray, which is also, that's fine. Okay, let's get hot lead. I like these passive bullet buffs a lot. Alright, let's get to it. So yeah, all the ones that look like a shell casing, but, with some art on them, are just passive buffs to all of your weapons. That one, of course, makes your bullets inflict burn damage on enemies, as you might expect. Alright, and we're going to try not to take a ton of embarrassing damage this time. I was really see, the bullets also use the tables as cover. I was embarrassed last time. We got, with the amount of armor that the game gave us for free early on, there's no reason that shouldn't have been a run that at least gets super deep into the Gungeon. And I managed to squander it all terribly. In my defense, I did at least correctly predict that I was going to squander it all, so, maybe I'm not the world's greatest gunfighter, but I can at least be a cut-rate Nostradamus? Oh, right, I was just talking about how I think the crossbow's actually pretty good. Why don't we, use it a little bit? See, it does that. I like that. You do have to hit with it. It's pretty accurate, but I can still find a way to screw that up. Alright, I think we're gonna not explore the thing that the fireplace here does for the first couple of episodes. Again, I just don't want to spoil stuff too much for people, in case they are newly familiar with the game. We will eventually do the thing. Let's get one video down with each character before we go digging into any secret stuff. Okay, green chest. I like green chest. Oh my, it's even more crossbow. The shotbow. Shotbow fires crossbow bolts in a shotgun burst. The result of a failed experiment using the Gungeon's teleportation network. Okay, it's not single shot, and, I'm going to keep using the normal crossbow, though, because the normal crossbow does the job, and I think the shotbow is a little bit more valuable. We may want to save that for when things are actually fairly difficult. See, this is inconvenient. All these boxes are... You know what? It might be better off. We might be better off just hammering this guy with the revolver. Anything that we can kill in one shot, I feel like the crossbow's pretty good against, but the crossbow does only about as much damage as 3 bullets from our sidearm. So anything that takes more than 1 crossbow bolt to kill, we could definitely kill faster by just putting a whole magazine of pistol ammo into it. So we got a heart piece here that we can't use, unfortunately. The good news is that the thing that comes and takes all of our ammo and items that we leave behind actually doesn't steal health, so we can leave that there and come back for it later. Okay, this guy is kind of dangerous. I don't remember seeing these guys on the first floor very much before. That might be a new thing with the expansion? Oh wait, shop's up here. So I think we are now guaranteed, a new expansion thing is that you are guaranteed to have keys available in the first couple of shops. Oh hey, it's the great guy. I love this dude. He speaks in emoticons sometimes. Something for the collection? I will compensate you. That's, you know, he's friendly is what he is. So we can drop stuff on this grate and he'll give us casings for it. He'll buy pretty much anything. I can't imagine a version of this where I don't buy this key before we leave the floor. Like, I don't actually even know what we're going to use the key on yet, because we already had enough keys to open all the treasure chests. We might encounter another chest in the wild. Sometimes you get an extra chest as a reward for clearing a room, and that chest is not always already unlocked. Taking dumb damage here. Kick the barrel. Okay, that could have been a little cooler if I had not missed the first several shots, but still, I feel pretty good about it. So yeah, maybe I was overstating the value of the crossbow a little bit. Okay, well. That problem is solved, I guess. Oh, where's the control for this chandelier? Okay, I got that down in time. Listen, I don't think that that was necessarily the best way to clear that room, but it was the coolest way to clear that room, and that counts for a lot. Okay. Cigarettes. Hazardous to health. What do these actually do? Can result in serious health problems and even death. They do have a certain appeal, though. I don't actually remember what these do. It's not a totally ideal way to search for the secret room. Somehow managed to miss the wall. Okay. I'm fairly confident it's not here. Well, I guess we're headed this way. You're like, I guess I'm just gonna... Okay, it did a damage to me. I kind of thought that's what it was gonna do, so I wanted to use it in the room that has the health in it. It doesn't seem to have done anything else. Maybe, like, it threw the cigarette. So maybe that does damage to enemies? Maybe it does, like, a lot of damage? I can't imagine why else. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. I probably knew what that did at some point, but listen. 18 months is long enough for me to forget just about anything. Alright, well, I think we can probably skip this intro. Where's the... One of these buttons does that. Here we go. The damage of this gun is okay. We can stay real close to him here and make sure we get him with all the projectiles. Oh, dear. Well, I took damage there from... I don't think I got hit by that missile. I probably should not have been trying to stand that close to him, though. Nope. Nope. Yeah, why did I dodge toward him? Actually, I guess circling him really close does work. Nope, never mind. It sort of works. Well... It's not the end of the world not to get the master round. It is nice, but we'll survive without it. What did we get? We got the Tommy gun. Okay, and also some ammo. I mean, we should refill our shot, though. Yeah, I think the Tommy gun is probably a better room-clearing weapon than anything else that we have access to here. And... just real quick... Well, I don't think the secret room's here. Did we check this room? We didn't, right? Ah! It can actually be anywhere. Oh, wow. This is pretty good. It's a little too good to be true, actually. Hold on. Well, first of all, let's reload this. I'm gonna tap each of these pistols once with the gun. Or each of these chests once. Okay, no mimics. Right? Doesn't it feel like a trap? Huh. Are you supposed to be able to get 2 copies of a gun? Okay, well that's the RPG. I'll take that. That's weird. I don't... Huh. Okay, you can interact with a heart to save it for later if you're at full health. That's weird. So here's the thing. I don't know what's going to happen if we pick up that other gun. My guess is that it will just effectively disappear. There's no way I can carry 2 copies of a gun. But I wonder... Where's that shop? I wonder if we drop off the first copy of the gun. What is this? Oh, this is storing my health, isn't it? And I can't interact with it, but probably because I'm at full health. Yeah, so if we drop this to this guy... Okay, he'll pay us handsomely-ish. I didn't need to walk back to the teleporter. There's a teleporter in this room. Oh, I should have known. Thanks for the little bomber, dope. This is the rat. This is what happens to the items we leave behind. For some reason, I totally blanked on the fact that that was going to happen. Well, honestly, I think the little bomber is a pretty bad gun. So honestly, the money that we got from selling it is probably a worthwhile trade. Is there anything else that we want to sell? I don't really know what this is doing. Which maybe means that we should hold on to it and experiment a little bit. And the rest of my guns are reasonable, if not great. I guess the crossbow is not super good, especially when I have a shot bow. It seems redundant and just sort of like worse at the job than the shot bow is. Alright, that's a fair amount of money for going down to the next floor. Hopefully we'll find something exciting in that chest. Okay, so this thing just appears all over the place. Do I shoot it? No, I guess you must just interact with it, but you can't do it if you're at full health. Okay, that's cool. That's the developers removing even more unnecessary backtracking from the game, which I really appreciate. Oh, I should have my Tommy gun out here. This is definitely the right weapon. Well, I managed to already take some dumb damage. Those Iron Maiden guys, I think they're actually Lead Maidens, because of course everything is lead and bullet jokes and stuff. They're not really that dangerous. All you have to do is not stand still when the bullets start coming toward you, because of course they don't home in on you, they all just go toward where you are when they start moving back toward you. Oh, there's a... Right, I remember this, this wave here. So I'm gonna hold up for a second here. We're gonna let this happen. And then we're going to run out there and have at that wizard. See, so usually you can just do that. Just after the bullets start coming toward you, you just move. I'm doing a terrible job right now. Alright, I guess let's go this way. We got some sniper rounds, of course. Well, I'm glad the game's dropping all this health for us, because we actually need it. Alright, I have to spend a key to get to a chest that I have to spend another key on. That can maybe wait. I guess we'll just run back this way. So I'm not feeling super great about our guns. Like, I like how many guns we have. But I don't think that they're very good on the whole. The RPG is fine. I mean, it's powerful, but it's pretty low ammo, and the projectiles a little slower than I would like, which can make it difficult to hit enemies like these bullet shark things that are constantly moving around. That said, maybe I should be using it instead of the Tommy gun here. Right, like it does do that. Look at how long the reload is. I mean, also it's an explosive weapon, and as we have already encountered, there are some significant benefits to that. Oh my god, the reload time on this thing. I don't think it used to be this long. Oh, hold on. Let's try to... Nope, I threw a cigarette at him and it had no effect. Alright, the shop's through here, but we gotta find a way around. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like this thing. I feel like this is worse than it used to be. It does have a really considerable explosive radius, though. Yeah, alright, I'm back in love with it. So yeah, the cigarettes, I can't tell what they're doing. All they seem to be doing is damage to us. You can't even cleverly hurl a cigarette at an enemy at close range to set them on fire or anything. It's actually kind of hard to deal with this grenade guy with this thing. Did you know you can blow up the sun with a rocket launcher? I guess that's why they're illegal. Alright, the t-shirt cannon is... I think, actually a pretty okay weapon. You would think from the name of it that it would be bad. But it's fine. It's more knockback than damage, though. An alien sidearm. I do not exactly remember what the alien sidearm does. Let's go ahead and buy the key, though. Like, we're definitely going to buy the key. We'll come back for other stuff if we need it. I suppose I may as well open this. Not that I think I'll ever need it, because, of course, if we want to go back to the shop, we're just going to teleport. But there's something satisfying about having all of the corridors open. I don't know what that is. Ah, stop, drop, and roll. It is remarkably easy to not notice that you are on fire. I spend a lot of time looking at where my crosshair is, not so much where my character is, and so I very nearly took damage there. It's tough, you know, the human mind has a limited ability to pay attention. Which is what I am always telling Elise, but somehow the excuse never seems to work. Okay, free chest. Ooh. The Snowballer. That's maybe not a great name for that gun. I actually really like this weapon. This weapon was constructed the single time the Gungeon experienced a snow day. New Gundead simply appeared with these cannons strapped to their bodies and pelted everything in sight with powdery projectiles. There were also many chipped teeth. May contain rocks. Listen, I have been hit. I haven't been hit with a snowball that had a rock in it, but I was hit with a snowball that had a big chunk of ice in it, and that is, not an experience I would wish on anyone. We didn't actually read the text on a lot of these. The Thompson submachine gun is a favorite of organized criminals and hollow points. This gun has accumulated nicknames over its hundreds of years of use, known affectionately as the Tommy gun, the Trench broom, the Chicago typewriter, and the Teetotaler's Thursday. I don't think that last one's real. This fires rocket-propelled grenades that accelerate over a short distance. Listen, we couldn't think of anything clever to say here. I mean, leveled up, because it's like, you know, an RPG. Get it? There's that sequence of letters has two meanings. I think let's stick with the RPG for now. Ooh, okay. This is a good high-quality chest. What did we get out of it? What is that? Liquid Valkyrie. Oh, this is a reference to Dread. Slows enemy projectiles. And it's a passive, it's just always on. That seems extremely good. Commonly used by rebel forces before raids on hegemony outposts. Yeah, by the way, if you have not seen the movie Dread, which came out in like 2014 or something, it is real good, and a heck of a lot better than that the Judge Dredd movie that came out in the 90s with Sylvester Stallone. Nope, that was stupid. I knew he was going to disappear. I should have waited. Oh my god, the reload time. Oh, okay. The webs are flammable. That's interesting. Did it not? Wow, okay. They're, like, extremely flammable. Also, those spiders are remarkably tough. I'm sure that we will be able to put that to some good use in the future if I can ever remember it when, you know, when it's actually important. My guess is that the only effect that's really going to have is that I occasionally set myself on fire and don't notice it and then burn to death. So you can bait these guys into jumping at you. Their landing animation is super long, and it's really easy to dodge away from one of them, and then still get hit, because you tried to dodge way too early and they caught up with you. Something I've had happen a number of times. Ooh, the Proton Backpack. You are not supposed to cross the streams. Don't advise people to cross streams, game. Deals extra damage to ghosts and specters. Makes sense. Originally brought to the Gungeon by a team of investigators who suspected that something strange was going on. Something strange? In this neighborhood? Oh, that doesn't sound right. This is a cool gun. I don't know if it's terribly effective. It has a really slow projectile speed, which may sound like kind of a strange thing for a beam-type weapon, but you'll see what I mean here. Still, I think it's very good. Oh hey, here's a boss we haven't fought yet. The accursed gun witch, the Gore Gun. You have to wonder if they, at some point in development, were thinking of calling her Medusi. Right? It seems so obvious. So yeah, this is what it does. I mean, the damage is fine. One thing I really like about it is that it is slightly homing, and so you can just kind of hold it on enemies, and it will take care of the aiming for you. And that means you can pay total attention to your character and dodging. Like I was saying earlier, human attention is a limited resource, and it's really, really nice to find places where you can save on that resource a little bit. Alright, so the poison's not a big deal, we just have to not stand in it for a long time. But I think we've got our flawless here. Yeah, that was easy. It turns out, you bring the right tool for the job, and the job becomes real easy. So we've unlocked the iron coin. I'd love to go get that money. Okay. I feel like the poison effect should just end immediately when you defeat the boss. So we've got our second Chamber Master round. Also, we've unlocked the iron coin. Any who enter the Gungeon are doomed to remain, living countless lives in an effort to break the cycle. Also, we got zombie bullets. Is this an item that was in the game previously? Unfinished business occasionally refunds ammo when bullets miss, and it has upgraded our proton thingy. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's any way for us to actually see exactly what the synergy does. Like yeah, I can't click on the arrow or anything. So occasionally refunds ammo when bullets miss is not like a super good passive, but I'm curious what it has done to our gun. Our gun has definitely... yeah, has definitely changed in appearance at least a little bit. Weird. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, so we did not find the... where's my Tommy gun? Wait, did we find the secret room on this floor? No, it was last floor, right? Okay, I think it's not here. We don't have enough keys to actually go and unlock that. Just really quickly here. That looks suspicious, right? I'm pretty sure I've never seen a secret room come off of a chest room anywhere other than the dead center of the walls, but it was worth checking. We only have two, what do you call it, 2 blanks, so there's no harm in spending them, because we're just going to get them back anyway. You know, we could buy the Prime Primer, but I'm not really that worried about doing the Prime Primer thing. We'll have plenty of time to get that done. I guess... let's check... here? Alright, I'm going to walk up into this weird room here and just throw the other blank. I don't think we need to, like, manually check all the walls or anything. Okay. Worth a try. Alright, let's move on. I think we are in a pretty good place here. I'm very interested to see what exactly this synergy does. It might be that it just makes the beam do more damage or something, but I'm hoping it'll be a little bit more creative than that. Oh, what is that thing? Oh, it's spawning ghosts when we kill enemies. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Are they I think they were shooting at the other enemies? It is really hard to get... the homing is not always purely positive. Sometimes it makes your weapon miss the enemies you care about and shoot at other things. Okay, I mean, this seems super good. We're at the point now where we don't really have enough ammo in it to, like, fight a boss or anything, so we may as well finish using it out here. And then if we can find an ammo crate, this will be the first thing we do with it. Sorry, the only thing we do with it. Ammo crates are only good for one weapon. We're getting to the place where the RPG is starting to not even one-shot pretty simple enemies. As you move up in floors, the enemies do gain health. So, like, even the same basic bulletkin will have more health on floor 3 than they did on floor 1. So eventually your some of your guns that were just barely scraping by, you may find them getting outclassed. Here, we'll switch to the snowball gun. As you might imagine, it does slow things. Also quite a bit of pushback, and if you hit them enough times, they freeze. Don't stand in the goop. Alright, you. That is enough out of you. Also, here's something interesting. Your dodge roll actually does a very small amount of damage, and you're immune to damage while doing the aerial part of it. So you can use it as a weapon against enemies that have very low health. There are also a couple of items that increase your dodge roll damage. You can also use it to push enemies. It does have a fair amount of knockback, so you can use it like on Bulletkin who are close to a ledge to just shove them into the pit. Although you have to be real careful, of course, not to dive yourself into the pit while doing it. Boy, this is really not getting the job done. Okay, how about you? Yeah, okay, that's more effective. And we gotta find the shop. We have all of the money. Also, I'm kind of like... I wish we had sold the cigarettes. Like, I don't even really know what to do with them. I guess maybe the cigarettes... Probably the cigarette ignites stuff when it's thrown. So I bet if, like, we threw a cigarette down on the webs, they would ignite. That's something, I guess. I feel like I knew what these did before. Alright, and the Shoppo's fine. It has a really long reload. So these guys, you can only shoot them when their eyes are visible. You know, just crossbow directly into the eye. So I guess we should hit save for later on that. Alright, show me something cool. A meat bun and a key. Well, I mean, with the amount of money we have, we should definitely just, like, buy keys and stuff. I think I'm gonna go ahead and sell our cigarettes to this guy. Okay, he gave us as much as he gives us for guns. Really wish you had had some ammo, man. Alright, so these little winged bullets just hurl themselves at you. The ghostly ones have the ability to hurl themselves and then teleport back to their point of origin and hurl themselves again, which is what you saw happen there. This thing is going to get me killed, because I'm trying to run close enough to the enemies to hit with more than one of the projectiles. Take that. How do you like this shotgunning? Yeah, I'm paying too much attention to my... I was about to say I'm paying too much attention to my position, and not enough attention to what exactly? Paying a lot of attention to my position should be the thing that prevents me from getting shot by enemies. Somehow, I can't even really do that right. Alright. I will say that I feel good about this run in the sense that I think we're at least going to make it further than the third floor boss. Provided I don't take a bunch of dumb damage or anything. We have a lot of health and a lot of tools. Hey, stop evading my very good rolling. Oh, hey. I think that's the first thing that the dog has actually dug up for us. Okay, hold on a second. The shotbow's the wrong gun for this room, but I guess we don't really have a great one. Are you? How did I manage that? Alright, this guy's gotta go. Yeah, we're pretty close to these enemies. So these bubble bobble guys, they create these bubbles, and the bubbles just float toward you with a bullet inside, and if they break, the bullet comes toward you at, as I remember it, what I was about to say was at incredible speed, and then it actually happened, and it was embarrassingly slow. I wonder if those guys got nerfed, or maybe I was just remembering them as being much more scary than they were. Okay, that took forever. Let's try the snowball. In a room like this, the knockback can be very valuable. Oh, hey, the dog dug up ammo. Cool. We are definitely taking that for the proton pack. And then, honestly, I think this thing is probably a little better in rooms than it is on bosses, because on most bosses there won't be anything to kill, so we won't be able to take advantage of the ghosts, but also, it does home in, and it does a considerable amount of damage. Do I want to just go straight in here? Probably not. We probably at least want to find the other treasure room. Okay, well, apparently we did. What are you? Remote bullets. All projectiles can be guided after they are fired. These tiny engines can be controlled remotely, allowing the wielder to change trajectories at will. Okay, so they'll probably just follow the cursor, I'm imagining. It probably will not have any effect with this weapon. But now that we know there's no more chests waiting for us, let's just go ahead and clear the boss. We'll finish exploring the floor afterward. But I want to use as much of this ammo as we need here. Okay, I remember the Mind Flayer being pretty scary, actually. I remember this being one I had some trouble with. Are these bouncy bullets? They are. Oh, and I immediately got hit. Well, the good news is that takes a lot of the pressure off. Ah. Okay, destroying the fake bells does in fact create ghosts. So that's probably going to do a fair amount of damage. They do not seem to last very long. Oh god, claymores. Okay, the claymores cannot actually be affected by our weapons, but they do draw the beam off, which is unfortunate. Okay, so remember how I was super confident about us beating the third floor boss? I'm still pretty confident. We're most of the way through the fight, but not super pleased with my performance. You know what, we're just gonna blank that. Let's stop taking damage, huh? Also, I'm glad I used this weapon for this boss, because it actually turned out to be really great. Try to slow things down a little bit. It's doing alright damage. Come on, reload. Reload quickly. Oh, we're so close! Okay, well, we got there at least. Nothing to be proud of. Oh, hey, free health. All of a sudden, the dog is really putting in work. Cactus, 1,000 needles. Low damage, high rate of fire, spiny. Remnants of gun cacti can be found throughout the Gungeon, but no one is certain as to their source. Perhaps they hail from an as-yet undiscovered chamber? Regardless, their impressive needle capacity is a boon to any Gungeoneer. Yeah, I sure do love guns that have a high rate of fire and also roughly 1,000 rounds. That said, like, every ammo crate we get for the rest of the run is going into the proton pack, of course. Right, we gotta remember, we have the homing bullets now, so I don't know how useful that's gonna be. I'm already trying to aim my crosshair at stuff. Ooh, oh, it's one of those red ammo things. So hold on, let's take it in the proton pack. What exactly does this do? Guns partially refilled. So it gave us half the ammo back on that. And 8 ammo on this. 70. Okay. So it's half the ammo on the gun you pick it up with. Or you pick up with. You pick it up with. Yeah, I was right the first time. What am I doing? Yeah, half ammo on that, and then it looks like 20% on everything else. That's pretty cool. We'll save our proton backpack until we're in a tough position here. For right now, we can probably just rely on this thing. Yeah, I don't know. This gun's fine. I don't like it quite as much as the Heck Blaster. The projectiles with that are actually instant, as far as I can tell. This thing has a little bit of travel time, and the fact that I can now screw up my flight path by aiming poorly, it's not something I super love. I don't know that I'm going to get a lot of value out of this guided projectile nonsense. I guess if I'm being clever, I'm thinking about using it. We can use it to, like, shoot around corners and stuff so that we can be in cover. Okay, yeah, you just walk up to it and hit the button and it gives you the stored health. That's pretty handy. Alright, we ought to, at the very least, go check the item rooms. Oh, I didn't even open this. We should definitely open this. Alright, another piece of armor, and the Mega Dowser. So, of course, obviously, that's the Super Soaker. I don't remember which Super Soaker this is, but it is one that I actually had. A water gun might seem to be a poor weapon for gungeoneering, and in most cases that's true, but a well-placed blast of water can douse a raging inferno. A soaked enemy can be electrified. A dazed foe can be pushed into the abyss. In the Gungeon, creativity is key to victory. So yeah, I think it doesn't do any damage at all, but it's a pushing weapon. Oh. However, having it may have upgraded our snowballer, or maybe the other way around. Oh, it's creating... Yep, it's creating ice. Did it change the snowballer too, or... No, this seems to be the same. So I guess just having the snowballer in our inventory makes the Super Dowser into an ice gun. That's kind of neat. Aha! Alright, well... At least it didn't cost us a key to open. Also, the basic shotgun is a totally reasonable weapon. There's nothing special about it. Favored by the shotgun kin that roam the Gungeon as it reminds them of their home. Right, because they're from a shotgun, of course. Okay, and there wasn't anything here I wanted to buy. I guess he has health. We could buy health. We could buy the meat bun. I think this just refills your health when you use it, so heals for a small amount. Okay. We'll wait until we're more damaged, and then pop that. Alright, let's go on. Floor 4. Hey, this is going pretty well. I don't want to jinx anything, but maybe we could get to the boss? Maybe like the final boss here? Like, I think we're in a pretty good place. We have some really powerful guns. And some cool, weird synergies. Alright, so I just need to get across here. The door is on the other side. I can't believe what I've just done. That's not at all what I wanted, by the way. This is what I wanted. Let's stick with the needle gun for now. Needle gun's doing a fine job. I am just standing there watching the bullets. In my defense, moving very, very slightly faster than I was expecting. This wave of enemies could be more intimidating. Yeah, weird. Okay, we definitely want to pick this up with the proton pack out. You know what? I'm going to use this. Because actually, there are some pretty dangerous foes on this floor. We're getting far enough down that I have to actually be worried about the normal enemies. So let's maybe not pull our punches. Stop running, you coward! Give me your head! Right? The key is on his head. We're just taking his head and then jamming it into a door somewhere. Or a chest. Never met an illithid I didn't like. No, wait, I've never met an illithid I did like. That's what I meant to say. The only legible text is offering. The rest is blank. The rest is blank. Get it? Oh, hey. The lowercase r. Well, we should periodically check our items and see if any of our stuff is vibing with any of our other stuff. Okay, no new synergies, it looks like. Nope, I am definitely not using this gun. That gun right there is a prime candidate for getting gun munched or recycled or something. Yeah, man, this is a cool synergy, though. Even without taking advantage of the ghost effect, this is just like, this has turned a pretty good gun into a really great gun, because it seems to be doing considerably more damage. I don't know, maybe I'm imagining that. Is that supposed to be a D20? Huh. Maybe I'm imagining things. The big free update is called Advanced Gungeons Draguns, so it's not unreasonable to guess. Oh god. Okay, can't kill those, just gotta run from them. Try to crash them into stuff. They corner pretty poorly, so it's not too hard to Yeah, crash them into walls like that. Get them ghost slaves. Yeah, there we go. Honestly, these red ammo boxes are really nice. Part of the problem with the green ammo boxes is that, like, they're only really effective if they're really, really well timed, right? Because they refill one gun completely and do nothing for the rest of your guns. So you need to try to get them. Sorry, try. You don't really have a say in it, but ideally, you would get them right as you run out of ammo for your good gun every time. Not much earlier, because then it will feel wasteful to put them into your good gun. And obviously not much later, because then you have to go for long periods of time without your good gun. I guess this does encourage you to just use one gun more often, which, as I said, I don't think is necessarily a great thing for teaching you how to be good at the game in dire circumstances. It helps when things are not quite going your way to have a good idea of how to optimize the value of unusual equipment. You know, just whatever you might happen to find. So there's a lot of stuff down here that I think the proton pack is probably getting bonus damage against. It's a lot of, like, undead-themed enemies. Undead, of course, being different than gundead. Those are two totally different things. Where'd that spider go? Oh, there he is. Those ice block guys are not actually enemies, but you do have to be careful. If you get in the same column or row that they're in the room, they will charge you. We're really seeing, like, a bizarre number of totally normal bullet enemies here. You know what, honestly, I'm not sure that I need a big ammo box for anything. We've picked up a bunch of those red ammo boxes recently. Yeah, I guess we just refill this. If we leave the room, the rat's going to take the box. So there's no sense leaving it there. Ah! Too many bullets. Alright, I mean, there's definitely something to be said for guns that you don't have to aim. Sometimes the auto-aim gets you into trouble, but most of the time it's just really, really extremely convenient. Yeah, we have a million keys. We may as well just open everything. Okay, the hegemony carbine. It's just an automatic weapon. It's totally fine. Good fallback for if our proton pack runs out of ammo. And possibly better than the proton pack for bosses, although, like, I'm saying that because we're not getting full value on bosses, but it does still do a ton of damage. And you know what? The boss we just fought is not the only boss that has, like, little minions. I'm trying to save ammo a little bit by letting the ghosts do some more damage, but they don't do a ton, do they? Ooh. Okay, the light gun, obviously the Nintendo light zapper. That's a pretty good gun. We might buy that. I think we should probably go ahead and finish the floor first. We are certainly not hurting for good firepower. Not an emergency situation. We can wait until we have a little bit more information. Alright, so that wizard guy there actually is a pretty dangerous enemy, but not if you have a, ooh, itchy trigger finger. Not if you have a beam weapon. Because the thing that makes him dangerous is he can catch your bullets and throw them back at you. But he can't do it with beams. Okay, just rate of fire up. I don't know if this is going to have any effect with the proton pack. It might. It might make the damage tick faster or something. But even if it doesn't, I don't know if this thing needs a lot of buffs. It's already very good. Borderline too good. And we're getting ammo for it so frequently that we are just never going to run out. And we don't have to aim, and we can use it to kill things we can't even really see. I sort of have to aim. Very loosely, I have to aim. This is a... Yeah, it's a usable item. So, it's an explosive decoy, as you might imagine. You throw it down and the enemies go toward it and then it blows up. Invented by Winchester, but eventually discarded in frustration after he spent hours trying to coax someone into playing his game, only to find out it was his own decoy. So, do we want to take that over an indeterminate amount of healing? I have no idea how much this meat bun actually heals. Yeah, this is probably a better item. We'll leave this for the rat. He can feast on it. Alright, well here's one of those mysterious rooms. Let's just move on, shall we? Okay. So these coffins are like tables. I haven't been flipping them, but I probably should be, because in addition to serving as cover, they're full of some kind of goop sometimes. I'm not having a lot of luck with it this time, but yeah, like that. So sometimes you can use them to poison enemies. I don't know why someone would bury a coffin full of radioactive waste, but I guess you gotta get rid of it somehow. Alright. Let's have at it then. Oh, it's this guy. Demon Mortar, and truly terrifying concept, the Wall Mortar. Well, I failed to roll over the bullets. I'm pretty sure you can just... Yeah, you can totally just roll over that. Well, that's embarrassing. Not a good way to start the fight. Because really, this enemy's not that hard to flawless if you can just get that roll right. Which is not to say that I will definitely do it or anything. Okay, we need... I don't know, the Hegemony Carbine's probably fine. I'm just going to go ahead and blank here. No sense holding on to it. And listen, if we come out of this with only full health, I think that's probably fine. Oh, a cell key. Did I not explore the whole floor? Thought I did. I didn't see a cell. Yeah, sure. Save for later. Okay, so we haven't really used a lot of active items. Most active items only recharge when you do damage to enemies. Ooh, you know what? I think I do like this better than the decoy. That's pretty useful. Okay. So it looks like the cell door may actually be off of the elevator room. Did not realize that this was a thing that could happen. Hey, buddy. My rescuer! I know you had no choice but to vanquish my fellow Locke to free me. I don't think your fellow Locke minded. He seemed pretty happy about it. An unfortunate sacrifice, but a necessary one. Come by my shop whenever you see me. There are many things in my stores that you might find helpful. Okay, so now we've unlocked a new, extremely weird NPC who will sometimes sell us stuff in the dungeon. And I guess we better pop back over here. I'm gonna go ahead and buy the light blaster. I guess I'm gonna buy the key. Yeah, you know what? Maybe we'll save up. We really, really don't need that light blaster. Then again, I'm not absolutely certain we needed that key either. Yeah, whatever. See, the thing is, floor 5 is the last floor, and just like all floors, floor 5 only has 2 chest rooms on it, so this might be a wasted key. Boy, this carbine does get the job done, huh? Man, look at these guys. Enemies that know how to dodge roll. It's a fairly terrifying concept. You know, I hadn't really thought about this, but the, look at that. The homing missiles, the homing bullets actually allow you to save a projectile that is missed. Effectively just, like, reducing the amount of ammo you waste, which is pretty cool. Okay, this is bad. We have to reduce the number of enemies in this room. One down. Yeah, this is a this is an awkward place to have to fight these guys. This is not even where the exit is. Take that, table. Oh, I wish we had ammo for our super extremely good photon or proton backpack now. I guess it says specters and ghosts, right, are what takes extra damage. This thing is undead themed. It probably does though, right? I would say it qualifies as a specter. Of course, I don't have any idea what that word actually means. You know, it means like spooky ghosty thing. I'm sure a specter is a specific kind of spooky ghosty thing. I know that they're real scary in D&D. It was one of the many monsters I remember from my uncle's monster manual. My first experience of D&D is... Ooh, that's not exactly what I meant to do there. I'm going to be honest with you, I pressed the spacebar by mistake. But my first experience of D&D was discovering a first edition monster manual in my uncle's bookcase when I was a kid. And man, I spent like hours with that thing. It was endlessly fascinating to me. And I remember the image of like the specter walking through a bookcase. And I had played some JRPGs at that point, so I was familiar with like the concept of hit points and levels and stuff. And I'm pretty sure the first edition Spectre, I think this is a thing of a lot of early D&D undead, is like it could drain XP from you, like you could lose levels when it touched you. And I remember thinking that was a terrifying concept because I was already a super nerd. I might have been born a super nerd. It's like, oh no, my experience points. It's like the icy hand of dread gripping my stomach. I can feel it even now. I worked so hard for those experience points. Okay, this guy is really eating up a lot of our ammo. Probably best to try to kill him with the good gun, though. I think at this point in the Gungeon, we should not be pulling punches. The boss is going to be hard enough even if we do manage to make it there with full health, so let us endeavor to do that. Also, let's see you dodge roll this. Actually, okay, still pretty effective, it turns out. Oh no, I just kicked it into another pot that was sitting there on the ground. Okay, well, we're only down one heart. It's fine. Everything's gonna be fine. So we still haven't really seen what that enemy that I am theorizing is a 20-sided die actually does. And I'm comfortable keeping it that way. Ooh, hey, heart bottle. Alright, so that's just an extra heart container. Very, very useful. Like 5 or 6 hearts feels like a lot. It would be nice if we could have 5 or 6 actually full health containers when we go to fight the boss. Oh, I almost walked right off that ledge. What am I doing? There's not even anything over here for me. You know, the common English phrase, look before you leap, is referring to your mini-map. You should look at your mini-map before you leap onto a mysterious moving platform. Alright, so we can try to save some ammunition by letting the ghost do as much damage as possible. It's probably a reasonable thing to do. Honestly, I think those metal cubes are much less scary than the normal variety, because the bullets don't go out as far, but you could get into real trouble following the normally very strong strategy of dodging over the bullets if you have them just immediately turn around and hit you in the back. I think that's what's supposed to be dangerous about it. I'm not going to be able to get those anywhere near you. Okay. He did hit himself with the barrel that was near him, so that's something at least. Okay, what do we... Needles? Snowballs? Oh, snowballs. Let's go snowballs. Actually, you know what? While we have this synergy, we should check something. Does this freeze enemies? Okay, it does. And also, it totally does do damage. Ah! It's possible that the Mega Dowser always does damage. I'm just misremembering. I dodged myself right back under the hammer there. Oh, why did I freeze you in such good cover? Okay. Yeah, honestly, this is a pretty good gun when you have the snowballer. And yeah, I'm just going to keep saying it like I can't hear it. Everybody enjoy that while you can. I can't see anything here. It kind of pushes me back, too. Like, if we stand on the ice... no, never mind. It totally doesn't. I am making that up. It felt like it was pushing me back, but I guess I was just having a hard time recovering from the momentum of my movement. Yeah, that'll show you. Oh, that thing... Okay. The orb projectile has further projectiles. It is nice to be able to freeze enemies a lot. Oh! I probably should have dodged. I saw what was happening when it was almost too late, and I could have made that situation not dangerous at all. But then where would we all get the drama that we so enjoy? That's right. I only play poorly so that you guys will feel like there's more of a chance of things going wrong. It's all an elaborate ruse. I'm certainly not actually terrible at this game, and all others. It is a shame that the homing missile or the homing ammunition doesn't work with these beams, because it would be cool to, like, arc beams around stuff. I don't know how that would work, given that the way the beams work is that they're already firing toward the cursor. But it would be cool. Hegemony rifle. So now we have 2 hegemony guns. Nope, they do not affect each other in any way. Well, I can hope. Standard issue for all hegemony of man soldiers. Packs a decent punch, but the accuracy leaves much to be desired. Typical work. So yeah, it's an automatic weapon, but the bullets kind of go all over the place. It's hard to tell with the homing bullets, I guess. Alright, well there can't be too much more floor left. I still have no idea where the shop is. Never mind, I found it. It's been a very long time since anyone has come down here. Come to kill your past? Well, you've made it further than most, that's certain. If you thought it was going to be that easy, I've got some bad news for you. What do you mean? The gun that kills the past. Like everything else, it needs ammunition. Otherwise, well, what stopped time here, that's old magic. If you find the gun, it may fire, but how far back will you go? You might just find yourself right back here again. You want to get out of this place and change something about your past, right? To tear a hole that far back, you'll need a special bullet. I can make it for you, but the materials might prove hard to find. Alright, tell me what you need. To make the bullet, I'll need the prime primer lost in the upper chambers, some arcane gunpowder mined in the heart of the Gungeon, a shard of planar lead broken off from the great bullet when it struck, and an obsidian shell casing, bored from the tooth of a great beast. Bring all of that to me over many lifetimes, and I will aid you in your quest. Okay, well hey, that all sounds very straightforward. So we have quite a bit of money. I guess none of this stuff is like crucial to buy. Yeah, we'll save up for now. There can't be too much left until we actually hit the boss. Nope, don't shoot me. Alright. I have no idea why I have the snowball gun out right now. Seems to be doing the job, though. I should probably have this thing equipped. Alright, well, that's the boss door. And I guess we've explored the whole floor, so let's go back and buy that heart piece. And I guess we can buy a gun as well. I actually think that the shock rifle is quite good. Let's see if it synergizes with anything. It does not. The shock rifle uses a modified battery and coil to propel electricity. I think the look of this one is funny enough to warrant there not being any good text. Alright. I guess we'll start with... We have a lot of guns. I guess we'll start with the proton pack, right? Like, I don't think there's any phase of the fight where there are actual enemies. Like, it's not going to matter. There's no sense in saving it. So I guess here we go. Video 2. This is what the final boss looks like. Well, sort of the final boss. Turns out I totally do remember some of the game. The ancient and venerable High Dragon. Okay, well, I mean, this is doing some damage. Now there is a master shell to be gained from flawlessing this fight, and you might say, "Hey, what do you need health for if you've just defeated the final boss?" To which I say, "What is this? Your first roguelite?" Okay. For a second there, I thought I was going to have dodged into the right into the lava there. I'm not not really doing a lot of damage with this thing. There we go. Now we're actually making contact. Ooh. Alright, that's enough of that. That was maybe a little premature, but I was pretty sure I was about to get hit there. And that's just a rocket launcher. It's just a huge, huge rocket launcher. Alright, I mean, it's going well so far, and we're getting through the health bar here pretty quickly. With one blank left. Try not to get hit in a really stupid way here. All I have to do is keep an eye on every part of the screen at the same time. Also, the homing bullets make really, really short work of those skulls. That attack is sometimes really dangerous, depending on the weapon you're wielding. Ooh, I almost just dodged right into that fireball. Those moved a lot more slowly than I was expecting. You know, I've totally forgotten about my hook shot. Yeah, like I said, this is going alright. Also, 1,000 bullets takes a long time to get through, even at this fire rate. But pretty soon we're going to be entering into a new phase. I have, like, honestly, a really good feeling about this. But do you ever... Maybe this is just me, but do you ever get really nervous when you start having a good feeling about things? Like you must definitely be screwing up? Alright, let's, So what's going to happen here is we're going to have a bunch of projectiles come down from the top of the screen. We're going to have to just dodge for a while, and then we're going to have a short period during which we can do damage. So I want to find the weapon that can offload the most damage. I guess what I want to do is have the RPG equipped. When the damage phase starts, we'll fire one RPG round really fast, and then switch to an automatic weapon. I think that's probably the best way to do this. Look at this. Easy. Right here, got ice running through my veins. And then just like hegemony carbine or something. Don't reload, switch guns. Okay, now reload all those guns during this period. That's not the right gun. There we go. Apparently I had already reloaded it. I really want to switch to the RPG and reload that as well, but I'm terrified that I will get hit doing it. Oh no! Well, I did. We were really, really close to that flawless. That's alright. If we could do it this time, we could do it again. What am I doing? I'm just over here reloading like a chump. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. Obviously, in order to get 100%, you have to collect all the master rounds, because that's just how these games work. But as you can see, the dragon is not terribly difficult to figure out. It's mostly just execution. And come on, I got execution in spades, right? No! Okay. Well, it looks like we have to do one more phase. I had just barely not enough damage there. I'm totally gonna take damage exactly once during this fight and also end the fight with one blank. That's just embarrassing. But it turns out Enter the Gungeon is like riding a bike. You never really forget. Except that I actually 100% totally did forget how to ride a bike. That's an embarrassing story. Okay. Well, good news is we've unlocked a new gun by defeating the dragon, and the other good news is I was paying attention to what the lady at the forge said. Just blow that guy up and pick ourselves up an obsidian casing, an obsidian shell casing, and let's take it back to her. She said we could bring in the parts over multiple lifetimes, so here you go. Here's this thing. I have something for you. I see you brought me the obsidian shell casing. Yeah, that's totally what I did. Thank you. The bullet still requires more materials. I know what our deal is. I'll get them. Don't you worry. But hey everybody, good news. We sort of won. Of course, if you've ever played a roguelite before, you know, the boss at the end, the boss that seems like the final boss, probably isn't. Also, take a moment to just breathe in the absurdity of this place. Well, that's a fairly ornate chest. And there you have it. It really does exist. The gun that can kill the past. I mean, what else would you expect it to look like, right? Well, I think you all know what we must do. Let's just wind that back. And hey, look at that. We totally beat the game, except obviously that's not the real ending, and also it's much, much harder than that. We're just gonna skip through these credits. No offense, Dodge Roll, you've made a fantastic game here, but we have more mysteries. We have many more things to do. So we unlocked a whole bunch of new stuff. The bait launcher, the gun soul. Killed by nobody. You did great. Sort of. Sort of killed by nobody. But the past still haunts you. Let's head back to the breach. Listen, we'll listen to the very good Enter the Gungeon rap song some other time. So you can see here, we'll just grab the convict, who I guess we'll play next. You can see we have begun the construction of the bullet, a statue in memory of a great bullet. We've acquired one of the 4 parts. This part probably looks familiar to you. So, that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time when we continue to assemble the bullet. And we'll see you then.